Blinkpool, the new Dota 2 betting website with mini bets throughout live streams. It's UK regulated, easy to use and with over 1 million bets already placed. Visit blinkpool.com and get started with only £5. G Nation, the community of people of all ages and creeds who create, play, watch and compete in all sorts of video games. Join the G Nation now at thegnation.com.
Hello everyone, we are here with dragondrop Dota at the Bucharest Major 2018 on this sunny day. How are you feeling, man?
I'm doing great, man. I mean, yesterday was a little bit cloudy, but today it's a beautiful day out here in Bucharest, so great time to watch some Dota even though it's inside. So
Absolutely. When did you arrive to Bucharest? It's Saturday today, just for heads up.
Traveled here on Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
So yeah, got up nice and early yesterday, got some nice breakfast at the hotel, so no stress at all.
Okay, you're not here to work, unfortunately for you, so you're just here to observe the games, to see what's going on. How are you enjoying the event so far?
It's great. I mean, I always love traveling to events like this. Obviously, I'd rather work it, right?
No question about it.
But it's always great to just meet your friends and hang out and watch some good Dota, cheer for your team, right?
Yeah, of course. Anything specific that you want to share as an expression that you have from the event, like something that you really enjoy, something that you don't like? Just your opinion, you know.
Well, some of the games are pretty good. Like the last series Liquid EG yesterday, that was amazing.
Especially second game.
Yeah, especially second game. That was a bit questionable, but third game was more than made up for that. And me as a Liquid fan, of course, as well. It was pretty tense.
We can see from the shirt.
It was pretty tense at one point. I like that. It's only going to get better too, I would imagine, going forward. And I also like all the fluff content, all the filler content that Slacks and Melly can come up with. Yeah. Those guys.
Do you have a specific piece of content from the filler content that you enjoy, especially?
Didn't actually catch all of it just yet because yesterday I was out getting some food while they were airing.
Yeah, they have it on YouTube, I assume, so we can.
I checked on YouTube, but they didn't upload all of them just yet. But I don't know. They're all pretty good. It's hard for me to pinpoint one specific one.
Yeah. In that regard, I think that the OG's video was especially funny. With S4 shouting and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so in regards to what you're doing, what is next for you?
It's a good question. As a caster, you don't often know what's next until like a couple of days before. So you'll probably find me at some qualifiers for next minors or majors, one way or the other. Like I get most of my work through BTS, Moondark, John Dota, these kind of studios who do qualifiers, and then they basically contracting me out to cover some of these games.
So you started as a freelancer. You're still a freelancer in that sense. Do you have any tips that you can give to anyone that wants to get involved in casting Dota?
Trying to figure that out myself, so I'm just basically making things up as I go along. So generally I would say the one thing that you should focus on, and one thing that you should keep in mind is first and foremost that it's all about the game, and that your approach to casting should reflect that. And then just focus on yourself, focus on providing the best product that you can, not just in terms of casting, but of course also in terms of streaming. Like you can be the best caster in the world, but if you don't put on a decent stream and instead just throw up like a 720p 1000 kilobit per second, but all these kind of technical things that are just less than mediocre, then it's just subtracting for you as well. So try and improve in every aspect of a caster, and go from there. Never always just keep going, keep doing it because you enjoy it too, and not just because you think you can make quick bucks, because you really can't. It's not something for everyone. It's not something that you can just say, oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna be a caster now and I'm gonna make a living out of it easily.
So do you think that if anyone is getting into this only for the money, they should just quit?
Yeah, it doesn't really work. For one, there's not too much money in it, especially if you're not established, and there's no way you'll get established or stay established if you don't have the passion.
Yeah, if you're just money hungry, it's not working out.
And because I think that's really something that the fans will pick up on. if you don't have that drive, if you don't have the enjoyment of the game that you expected to have, then people will notice, and that'll go against you eventually.
How important do you think is to be entertaining for the people rather than being knowledgeable about the game?
Um, there's actually a lot in that question because
Yeah,
as a caster, as a caster, first and foremost, you are an entertainer, so you have to keep that in mind. But there is a minimum level of knowledge that you need, right? It's not like you have to be a 9K player or something to be a caster. It's more about being able to understand the basic mechanics, some of the finer points, and then being able to see what's happening on the screen and then reason, all right, why is this happening? Why did the players make these decisions? And then, I mean, if you don't know something, that's also fine, right? Then you just gotta go ahead and admit it and say, yeah, I'm not entirely sure about this. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But yeah, Dota is such a complex game. There's no way anyone knows everything.
Yeah.
So just don't pretend about it. Just make sure that you know at least all the mechanics that are on paper, and watch a lot of Dota. That's helped a lot as well in that regard. So it's
So, as a caster yourself, what do you think is a change that we should see in the game introduced in a sense that it will be better for the casters, for the production? Do you feel a lack of something? Do you feel that something needs to be improved?
I don't know. Dota has been pretty good about that already for the longest time compared to other games. So I always like Valve adding stuff that JJ and Buka are doing for Layers, and like the net worth differential, like these extra icons for Roshan and whatnot, and the fight recaps. It sucks a little bit for the guys who are just putting in the work in the first place, and then just for Valve to come in and then put it in for everybody. But me, who doesn't have access to these resources, of course I'm happy about that. And I don't know, as far as improvements go, I don't know, just a few smaller things that are broken right now.
Like what?
Like the courier hotkey.
Oh yeah.
You can't select the courier anymore if it's dead. So these kind of things. Outside of that though, you can get pretty good. I think the assisted camera that you use can, at least the way I use it, sometimes freaks out a little bit, where it's just stuck between two heroes rather than settling for one. But overall, it's not a big thing. Yeah, it's something that you can deal with as a caster if you're used to it.
Okay, good. So, obviously, casting is not something that generally you do yourself. Do you have a favorite partner?
I do have a few, yeah. I always love casting with Trent.
Mm-hmm.
He's just one of these guys who makes everyone better. And he's a cool dude as well. So always, whenever he has time, he would come and help me out and cast some of these online games as well. Of course, now he's getting more and more busy with Lance and everything.
Yeah,
so
it's
power to
expected.
him. Super happy for him too. Outside of that, eSkills is someone that I've casted with a lot. He has a competitive experience. He's also pretty good caster, as it turns out. And yeah, we've cast some qualifiers together for ESL 1 and DAC. And we have some good synergy going, for sure.
Nice to hear it. Okay, another question in regards to actually growing up and emerging into the scene. Recently, we saw this competition that was started by the Epicenter organizers. Sorry about that. I forgot the name of the organization. Maybe it was Epic Events or something. Yeah. So they made this competition, which on paper sounded amazing. It was a massive opportunity for people like you, for other new casters. I even considered trying to apply myself just to test my luck in that sense. I didn't do it in the end, but what do you feel about this? I mean, the concept was great, but the execution kind of...
Yeah. I don't know how much I can say because I didn't get through the first stage, so I'm a bit salty.
So you did apply?
I did apply.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a lot of opinions on that, a lot of background information as well.
Share with us what you feel like okay sharing, and keep the rest to yourself.
So
I'm not here to...
First and foremost, again, I'm a little bit salty still, so take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Quite literally. But yeah, from what I've seen, from what I've heard from the backlines as well, is, as you said, the execution is very awkward, especially now when they're pairing these play-by-play casters together as co-casters, kind of throwing them into a situation where that they're not used to. That's they're not really striving to, where they don't have that experience. On one hand, it could be good, right? Just testing the flexibility of the casters.
Yeah, it might work, might not.
It might work, it might not. But the thing is, that I don't think that was communicated beforehand. It was kind of a last minute thing.
Uh-huh.
Like a lot of these things that they've done, these decisions that they've made. So I don't know. It would have been much better if the rules were clearer beforehand, and if the selection process and everything would have been much better on paper. Because right now you've had all these discussions. Hey, why is he in? Why isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Certainly a few people that I have questions about compared to some others, in terms of like why they're getting further, why they're getting paired together. But yeah. I don't know. It's a good idea. I think we could use more of that.
Mm-hmm.
In the senior general, like you have so many more tournaments in the pro circuit.
Yeah, now it's really packed, so
Yeah.
you kind of have opportunities to even start by yourself, start casting some qualifiers, start casting some live events, especially now that Wolf, I mean not introduced, but cleared out the streaming policy for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone is free to just watch the games, stream them, present to their audience, and try their luck. We can see a lot of interesting guys, a lot of potential on the scene. I've seen like Rodota, for example, that had the opportunity to emerge in that sense while ESL 1 was happening. So there is a lot of options, and we'll see what will happen in the end. What is the next event for you?
Again,
As a-
not sure.
As a spectator or
spectator,
as a
Yeah.
caster, whatever?
No plans just yet. There's always JDL going on, so next
Mhm.
season will probably start at some point soon. So I'll be doing some of that for sure. Outside of that, probably see me at some qualifiers, casting them. And as far as events go, I don't know. I haven't made any plans yet as far as travel goes.
Have you
And,
considered going to the Epicenter or to the Dream League?
Haven't thought about that yet. Dream League maybe.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
closer to you anyway, so
Yeah,
makes sense.
I've also heard some good stories about DreamHack in general.
Yeah.
And about the atmosphere there. So I've never actually been, so it's something that I will consider properly, seeing if I can hang out there.
Great. Okay. Any final thoughts that you have? Anything that you want to share? Any shout outs or whatever? You have the mic, so just say whatever you want.
Really bad with these kind of things, just out of nowhere. So just say thanks for the interview. Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. I hope, guys, that you enjoyed this quick little interview. This was dragondrop Dola. Make sure to follow him. I will put down more information on his channels down below in the description, of course. So feel free to follow him, drop him a message, drop a comment in this video, whatever. You're big guys. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to his channel. Go buy some pizza. Whatever. Thank you for thank you for this.